Poor blood flow to the penis is silently destroying the intimate lives of millions of senior men, and almost nobody is talking about it. One day you wake up and realize something has changed. Your erections are weaker. They don't last. Sometimes they don't happen at all. You stand there, frustrated, ashamed, pretending nothing is wrong, while inside you're terrified that a part of your identity as a man is slipping away. You avoid intimacy because you're afraid of disappointing the woman you love. You convince yourself it's just aging, that it's normal, that nothing can be done. But the truth is far more brutal. Poor penile circulation doesn't just steal pleasure, it steals confidence, pride, and connection. It turns moments that should be filled with love into silence and distance. And here is the twist. Almost no one knows. The real reason erections disappear after 60 has nothing to do with desire or testosterone. The problem is not your mind. The problem is not her. The problem is not age itself. It is a collapse in nitric oxide production, the molecule that opens the arteries inside the penis and allows blood to rush in. When nitric oxide falls, blood flow collapses and erections fail. But here's the shocking part. This collapse is not permanent. It can be reversed. And there is one specific drink you can take before bed that begins increasing blood flow to the penis in as little as 24 hours. Warmth returns, strength returns, hope returns. I am Dr. Jocelyn, board-certified urologist and men's health specialist with over 30 years of experience. And today I'm going to show you exactly how to do it. Before we go deeper into the 8 drinks ranked from weakest to strongest for restoring blood flow to the penis, take a moment to subscribe and turn on notifications so you never miss another men's health breakthrough designed specifically for seniors. And so I know you're with me. Type the number 1 in the comments if improving circulation and restoring firm, reliable erections matters to you. Now let's break down the truth, starting from the bottom of the list. Number 8, plain water. Have you ever stood in the bathroom late at night, staring at yourself in the mirror, wondering when things changed? When did your body stop responding the way it used to? When did something as natural and automatic as an erection become unpredictable, unreliable, or completely absent? It is a moment no man ever expects to face, yet nearly every man over 60 eventually does. And in that moment, most men reach for the simplest explanation and the simplest solution. Drink more water, stay hydrated, thin the blood, keep circulation moving. But here is the hard truth almost no one will say out loud. You can drink gallons of water and still change nothing. You can hydrate perfectly and still feel the emptiness and frustration of a body that no longer performs when it matters most. Hydration alone will not save your sexual health. It does not reopen the narrow arteries in the penis. It does not restore the warmth that used to surge through your body. It does not rebuild the strength or fullness that made you feel alive, desired, and confident. Water may keep you alive, but it cannot bring back what aging silently stole from you. Because the real problem is not thick blood. The real problem is that without adequate nitric oxide, the penile arteries cannot open. They cannot expand. They cannot carry the powerful wave of blood required to lock an erection in place and keep it there. So even when your body is perfectly hydrated, the circulation boost is weak and temporary, barely 8% according to research. 8% is not enough to change anything a man can feel. It is not enough to take you from soft to strong. It is not enough to undo years of vascular decline. Many men blame themselves. Many men stay silent. Many men give up. But nothing about this is your fault. You are not broken. You are not weak. You are not less of a man. You are simply missing the one ingredient water cannot provide: nitric oxide, the biological switch that opens the arteries inside the penis and allows blood to surge without resistance. That is why plain water ranks last on this list. It helps maintain life, but it does not restore the life you want to feel. And if you are tired of waiting, tired of hoping, tired of disappointment, then you are ready for something stronger. The journey gets more powerful from here. Number 7, green tea. There is a painful moment many men over 60 know too well, yet almost never speak about. It's the moment when you sit across from your partner, wanting to reach for her hand, wanting to feel that spark again, but something inside you hesitates. Not because the love is gone, not because the desire has faded, but because you are afraid. Afraid your body won't answer the call, afraid of failing again. And in that quiet struggle, you begin searching for hope anywhere you can find it. You hear that green tea is good for circulation. You think, maybe this is it. So you buy it, you drink it every day, you wait for change. But days pass, then weeks, then months, and nothing meaningful happens. Green tea is celebrated everywhere. Doctors praise it, articles glorify it, people swear by it, but almost no one admits the truth. When it comes to increasing blood flow to the penis quickly and powerfully, green tea barely makes a dent. Yes, it contains antioxidants that support long-term cardiovascular health. Yes, it can slightly improve blood vessel function after months of consistent use. But improvement that takes months is not a solution for a man who needs change today. Studies show that green tea improves artery dilation by barely 12%, and that effect is slow, subtle, and easily lost if you miss a few days. For many men, the caffeine inside it actually constricts blood vessels instead of opening them, making the problem worse. So you sit there with an empty cup in your hands, wondering why something so promising delivered so little. But the failure of green tea is not the failure of your body. It is the failure of a weak solution to a serious problem. Erections depend on explosive blood flow, not gentle support. They demand power, not patience. Green tea belongs on this list, but near the bottom. And the next drink carries a hidden danger most men never see coming. Let's talk about it. Number 6, tart cherry juice. Imagine this. You make a promise to yourself to fight back, to do something, anything that might restore the strength and vitality you once took for granted. You walk into a grocery store searching for hope, and a bright, beautiful bottle of tart cherry juice catches your eye. You remember hearing it's good for circulation. A flicker of excitement returns. You buy it, take it home, pour a glass, and the deep red color feels like power returning to your life. You drink it with the quiet belief that change is finally beginning. For days, you stay committed. You drink it every morning, imagining blood moving freely again, imagining warmth returning, imagining the possibility of standing beside your partner with confidence instead of fear. But as the days roll by, reality begins to whisper something painful. Nothing feels different. Nothing changes in the bedroom. Tart cherry juice is powerful in theory. It reduces inflammation in blood vessel walls and can help arteries relax. Studies show circulation can improve by around 18% after weeks of daily use. But the problem, the part no one warns you about, is that tart cherry juice is loaded with sugar. 1 cup can contain 30 grams or more, and for older men, especially those living with diabetes or pre-diabetes, a spike in blood sugar can actually shut down nitric oxide production, the very mechanism needed to achieve a firm, reliable erection. You take 1 step forward and 2 steps back. So you stand in your kitchen holding that bottle, wondering how something so hopeful could lead to another round of disappointment. But the truth is, you never failed. The drink failed you. Tart cherry juice belongs in this ranking, but only here near the bottom, because while it offers benefits, it delivers them slowly and with a price your body cannot afford. The next drink offers more strength, more impact, and a twist many men never expect. Number 5, pomegranate juice. There is a moment that hits a man like a punch to the chest. It's the moment when you look into the eyes of the woman who has stood beside you for decades and see the sadness behind her smile. Not because she loves you any less, but because she misses the closeness that once felt effortless, natural, and alive between you. So you make a decision. You will fight. You research everything you can and you discover pomegranate juice. You see the words, improves blood flow, protects nitric oxide, reduces arterial plaque, and you feel a surge of optimism. You go to the store, pick up the deep red bottle, and something deep inside you says, this is the turning point. Weeks pass. You stay disciplined. You drink it daily. Studies show it can improve circulation by 22%. And yes, pomegranate juice fights inflammation and protects blood vessels from damage. But the promise feels distant. Improvements are slow, subtle, and rarely noticeable in the places that matter most. Meanwhile, a darker truth surfaces. The sugar content is extremely high. 1 cup contains more than 30 grams of sugar, and sugar is the enemy of nitric oxide. It shuts down the biological switch that opens penile arteries. For a man over 60, especially one facing metabolic challenges, that sugar can turn hope into a setback. You expect renewal and instead feel the same emptiness, the same disappointment, the same quiet ache. But let me tell you something important. You are not done. Your body is not finished. The failure of pomegranate juice is not a reflection of your potential. It is a reminder that weak solutions cannot solve serious problems. Erections require a surge, not a whisper. And the drink that comes next delivers exactly that. Number 4, pure cocoa drink. There is a moment when reality hits harder than any diagnosis ever could. It is when you realize that intimacy is no longer something you can take for granted. You reach for your partner, hoping tonight will be different, but instead you're met with the same unresponsive stillness, the same sinking feeling in your chest. In that search for a lifeline, many men discover pure cocoa. You hear that dark chocolate is good for circulation, that cocoa improves blood flow, that athletes use it to enhance oxygen delivery. Your heart stirs a little. Something simple, inexpensive, natural, something that could bring back the warmth and strength you miss so deeply. And for some men, the experience is real. Cocoa contains flavanols that stimulate nitric oxide production, opening blood vessels and increasing circulation. Research shows that within 2 hours, blood flow can improve by nearly 24%. Some men feel warmth returning to their feet and groin, a tingling sensation they haven't felt in years. It feels like possibility. It feels like a door cracking open after being shut for too long. But here's the painful catch no one wants to say out loud. Cocoa only works if it is pure. If you sweeten it with sugar or mix it with processed hot chocolate packets, the very ingredient that helps open blood vessels is destroyed. Sugar shuts down nitric oxide production. Sugar tightens arteries. Most men, trying to tolerate the bitterness, add sugar without realizing they are undoing everything they are trying to fix. Pure cocoa belongs in the middle of this list, stronger than the drinks before it, but still not the breakthrough most men are searching for. If you have ever tasted that bitter drink and waited for miracles that never came, know this. You simply need something stronger, something faster, something powerful enough to cut through years of circulatory decline. Number 3, celery juice. There comes a moment when frustration turns into desperation, when a man looks in the mirror and barely recognizes himself, not because his face has changed, but because his confidence has. You remember the man you used to be, the man who never hesitated, who never doubted his body, who never feared intimacy. But now you find yourself hesitating before every intimate moment, bargaining with yourself, hoping tonight will be different. And then you hear about celery juice. Rich in natural nitrates, it boosts blood flow. Athletes use it to enhance performance, stamina, and oxygen delivery. You read about men feeling warmth return to their legs, hands, and even their pelvis within hours. For the first time in a long time, hope doesn't feel foolish. So you decide to try it. You juice those fresh green stalks, pour the glass, and think, if there is even a chance this could help me, I have to take it. And within days, many men describe feeling something they thought they might never feel again. Warmth returning, blood moving, a pulsing energy in places that had gone quiet. Scientific studies show celery juice can increase blood flow by up to 40% in just 3 hours. That kind of surge means life returning to the arteries inside the penis, the very channels that must expand rapidly to create full, reliable erections. But as powerful as celery juice can be, it is not perfect. It requires consistency, fresh celery, daily preparation, a juicer, time, and tolerance for a taste that is salty, grassy, and anything but pleasant. Many men start strong but slowly fall away, and the results fade as quickly as they arrived. Celery juice can open the door, but it cannot carry you across the threshold alone. It proves that powerful natural solutions exist, but it also reveals that you need something stronger, more concentrated, more transformative. And the next drink on this list delivers power that can be felt not in days, but in hours. Number 2, arugula smoothie. There is a moment when a man realizes that time is moving faster than he expected, and suddenly the things he once believed were unshakable begin to feel fragile. You reach for the woman you love, and instead of certainty, you feel fear. Fear that your body won't rise to the moment. Fear that the strength you once carried with pride has slipped through your fingers. And then, in that search for answers, you come across something unexpected. Arugula, a leafy green that most people throw into salads without a second thought. You would never imagine that something so simple could hold the kind of power capable of altering a man's future. Yet scientists have found that arugula contains the highest natural concentration of nitrates of any vegetable on the planet, higher than beets, higher than celery, higher than anything else. 2 cups of arugula can flood the bloodstream with nitric oxide precursors, opening arteries that have been closing slowly, silently for years. Studies show blood flow can increase by 42% in as little as 2 weeks when consumed consistently. And men report something extraordinary: the return of heat, fullness, sensitivity, and even spontaneous morning erections they thought were gone forever. You blend arugula with blueberries or banana, watching the deep green color swirl into life, tasting the sharp, peppery edge mixed with sweetness. It feels like hope in physical form. You drink it because you are not ready to surrender. And slowly, something inside you wakes up. The numbness begins to fade. The heaviness lifts. You feel blood moving again in places that had fallen silent. But as powerful as arugula is, it carries a challenge: consistency. Not every man wants to blend vegetables every day. Not every man can commit to washing greens, storing produce, preparing smoothies, and facing the taste when discipline fades. Arugula proves that dramatic change is possible, but maintaining it becomes the obstacle. And that leads us to the number 1 drink on this list. Number 1, beetroot juice. There is a moment in a man's life when he finally admits something to himself that he has been denying for too long. A moment when the silence in the bedroom is louder than words. When the distance between 2 people who love each other feels wider than miles. And when the ache of disappointment becomes heavier than the fear of speaking the truth. You look at the woman who has stood beside you for decades, the woman who has loved you through every chapter of your life, and you realize that what hurts most is not the physical struggle itself, but the feeling of letting her down. You miss the closeness. You miss the spark. You miss the version of yourself who could make her feel desired, safe, and cherished. And then you discover something that stops you in your tracks. A drink so powerful, so fast-acting, so supported by real science that it sounds almost unbelievable. Beetroot juice. Not a drug, not a gimmick, not a miracle cure sold in late-night commercials. A simple, natural juice that contains the highest concentration of dietary nitrates available in a drinkable form. Nitrates that convert into nitric oxide, the very molecule that opens the arteries inside the penis and allows blood to surge in with force and volume. The molecule that aging strips away, leaving the body struggling to create even a fraction of what once came naturally. Clinical research shows that just 1 8-ounce glass of beetroot juice can increase blood flow by 30 to 50% within 90 minutes. Not in weeks, not in months, in hours. Men who thought their bodies were beyond repair report feeling warmth returning to their legs, their pelvis, and the most intimate part of themselves within days. Studies show a 45% improvement in circulation after 15 days of daily use, meaning men who believed the best years of their intimate lives were already behind them suddenly find themselves waking up with morning erections they haven't felt in years. You begin to drink it at night, knowing that the body repairs blood vessels while you sleep. You wait, wondering if anything will change. And then it happens. A pulse, a warmth, a fullness. A reminder that the man you thought you lost is still inside you, alive and waiting for the chance to rise again. And in that moment, everything shifts. You don't just feel physical strength returning. You feel purpose, confidence, a spark that no amount of aging could ever truly erase. You realize that intimacy is not gone. It was only waiting for blood flow to come back home. This drink sits at the top of the list, not because it sounds dramatic, but because it works, because it changes lives, because it gives men their power back when they believed it was gone forever. The final message: you need to hear this. If you are still here with me, it means something inside you is refusing to give up. It means you are not ready to surrender your strength, your identity, or your intimate connection to the quiet erosion of time. And I want you to hear me clearly now. As a physician who has spent more than 30 years sitting across from men just like you, men who walked into my office carrying fear, shame, and the weight of unspoken pain, you are not broken. You are not finished. You are not beyond repair. Erectile decline is not a punishment, and it is not a reflection of your worth as a man. It is a vascular problem. Nothing more, nothing less. It is a matter of blood flow, a matter of nitric oxide, a matter of circulation. And circulation can be restored. Blood vessels can heal. Arteries can reopen. Warmth can return. I have watched men in their 60s, 70s, even 80s come back stronger than they ever imagined. Not because they were lucky, not because they were special, but because they finally understood the real problem and finally gave their body what it needed to fix it. You now know the truth. You have seen the path laid out step by step. You have learned what works and what doesn't. You have seen how weak solutions lead to disappointment and how powerful solutions lead to transformation. Age is not the enemy. Inaction is. So here's my challenge to you. Not as a doctor speaking clinically, but as someone who has held the hands of men fighting back tears and witnessed the moment their hope came back to life. Start tonight. Do not wait for permission. Do not wait for courage. Do not wait for a sign. Drink 1 cup of pure beetroot juice before bed. Do it for 3 days. See what begins to change. Feel the warmth returning. Feel the blood moving. Feel the spark rebuilding itself, cell by cell. And when that first moment arrives, when your body responds, when strength replaces uncertainty, when connection replaces silence, you will know that it was never over. You will know the man you thought you lost was waiting for you to fight for him. 30 days from now, you could be standing taller, feeling younger, walking into intimacy with confidence instead of fear. 30 days from now, you could look into your partner's eyes and see not sadness or distance, but gratitude and joy. And it all begins with a choice you make tonight. Your body wants to heal. Your heart wants to reconnect. Your future wants to feel alive again. The only question now is whether you will take the first step. It's time. Take back your blood flow. Take back your strength. Take back your life. I'm Dr. Jocelyn. If this video helped you understand your body better, please hit the like button so this message can reach other men over 60 who may be struggling in silence. Share it with a friend or someone you care about, because one simple conversation can change a life. Leave a comment below and let me know what resonated with you or what health topics you want me to address next. Thank you for being here, for taking your health seriously, and for being part of a community built on truth, respect, and real improvement.